I'm lucky enough to come from an amazing family, and with my amazing family come my two amazing parents, Bud and Claire. Happily married for the most part of 60 years. Though every once in a while, like all couples, they had their hiccups. Here's an example of a typical hiccup that I've witnessed between them. Imagine my father, Bud, would be in the kitchen, and he would say something to my mother, who was in the living room. "Claire, where are the car keys?" Now, although Claire couldn't see him, she heard loud and clear the word idiot at the end of the sentence. He didn't have to say it. It was all in the tone. Naturally, my mother's reaction was, "I don't know, Bud. You had them last." Ka-ching! Ah, the satisfaction of being able to imply that he was the idiot here. We call this the law of reciprocity in action, unfortunately working to their disadvantage. For better or for worse, we usually react the same as the other person. In that brief little exchange, Bud set this negative tone and Claire jumped right in. Unfortunately for them and those of us visiting, the evening was not exactly a Norman Rockwell scene. For those of you not familiar with this reference, Norman Rockwell was an American artist who painted images of the ideal perfect family. Okay, back to Bud and Claire. The good news for them. Well, maybe this wasn't always such good news for them, though 3 out of their 7 kids are communication coaches. They got more free coaching than they would want in a lifetime. So let's take that same scenario about the keys. This time, my mother's gotten pre-coached. Bud is in the kitchen. He says same thing, same tone of voice. "Claire, where are the car keys?" Now, Claire is just about to react defensively and aggressively when she remembers something one of her very clever children has said. So she breathes some more, breathe some more. And then, overriding her negative impulse, she chooses instead this reply. "I don't know, Bud. Let me come help you look for them." Now, of course, Bud, he's not a dumb guy, and he knows that if he stays in that negative frame with the behavior he was using earlier, he's going to start to look a bit stupid. So, Bud responds like this. "Okay, great, sweetheart, and maybe we can go for a walk afterwards." And peace returns to the Carroll household. Here's the thing. In the first scenario, my father set up a negative frame, and because my mother wasn't conscious, she fell into his frame. In the second scenario, he set up the same frame, though this time, because my mother was aware and conscious of the frame, she looked at it and she's like, I don't think so. I don't like that frame. And instead, she set up a stronger, more attractive frame and invited him in. Bud chose to go in because he knew it would be a much more pleasant evening if he did. So, my invitation to you, begin to notice the frames you set up or fall into. And if you don't like the outcome, start to make a different choice and see what happens. Those are my tips for today. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to check out my website or check out my YouTube channel or my book, The Ego Tango, for more tips on becoming a more powerful communicator. Thanks for tuning in and happy partnering.